Welcome back to Success Unscripted, the show where we talk about what it really takes to build a business that works for you, not the one the internet says you should build. You'll see my background is a little bit different today. Kids are hanging out with grandma, and I'm here filming at the farmhouse. So I'm outside enjoying summer in Wisconsin, my very favorite season. So today, we are going to be talking about one of the biggest sources of stress I hear from founders, coaches, and service providers: emails, specifically what to send, when to send it, and how to stop overcomplicating it. So, today I'm going to break down 7 emails that I believe you need to start selling your offer because I have seen this work. But I just want to clear something up right away. Not everyone is going to buy from you during this sequence. Some people will read one email, jump right in immediately, and buy. Some it might take all 7 emails. Some will sit on your list for 4 months or 6 months or a year before they're ready. And that's normal because buying is about trust, timing, and having the right message. It's not just about how good your offer is or what the price of it is. It's about whether or not your offer is the right solution to the exact problem they're trying to solve right now. Sometimes they're actively looking for a solution and they'll say yes fast. As long as the copy and the messaging you use talk about, again, how you can help them solve the problem they're actively trying to solve. And so when they're reading your emails, they're getting to know you, we're building trust. And when the moment comes when the problem is urgent enough for them, they'll buy. And so this is why your messaging is so crucial and how we will build in different psychological triggers and shifts and all of the things to help them understand whether or not this is the right decision for them. You've heard me say this before, but it's worth repeating. People don't buy because you explained what your offer is and all of the things that are in it. They buy because you help them believe it's the solution they've been looking for. And this doesn't happen necessarily in one email. It happens through a thoughtful, simple system that helps to build the trust relationship and gets them to see this is exactly what they've been looking for. And so that's what today's episode is all about. So today I'm going to walk you through the 7 email sequence I use and my clients use to warm leads, build trust, and sell their offer. Why this works for both fast action buyers and the fact finders, the slow burn, I need more time buyers. And how you can also save hours and emotional bandwidth by using AI or copy templates to help you write these in your voice without sounding robotic or like everyone else is starting to sound. So, if you've ever found yourself thinking, I don't know what to say, I'm stuck rewriting the same email over and over, I constantly change my welcome sequence, or I don't want to sound salesy, but I also want people to buy. You're not alone. This happens when you often don't have a system or clear messaging in place. So you end up sending random newsletters or you go silent because you're stuck in overthinking. And so that's why when I give you this simple structure you can follow and also different tips and ways to write emails so that even when you're sending your weekly newsletter or your daily newsletter or whatever it is that you're doing, you have a structure to go from. And so these is about building connection and leading to the sale. We're creating a sales system that builds trust and revenue over time. So let's break down the 7 emails I recommend that you need to start selling your offer. Number one, the welcome email and setup. Okay. So first, I'm going to give a little background. Typically, this sequence that I am going to share with you is when someone comes onto your list, they first come onto your list, and this is what we're sending them after they have come onto your list. And this would be through a live webinar, through a lead magnet that you're giving, a low ticket offer, whatever it is, the way that they are coming onto your list. We need to welcome, sell to them, nurture them as soon as they come onto your list because that is the warmest your audience will ever be. They want to hear from you now, not in 3 days from now or a month from now. Like they want the solution right now. It's likely that whatever a webinar or lead magnet or low ticket offer, that's a problem they want to solve and they want to solve it right now. And so this first email is really important, right? The first thing is we're giving them that resource. If it was a webinar, we're giving them the replay. And I have a whole nother thing that goes behind webinars to ensure that not only are they watching it, but they're either booking the call or joining your program from this webinar, right? So if it's a webinar, you're sending them the replay. If it's a free lead magnet, this is where you're giving them access. Same for a low ticket offer. They're only able to get access if they open this email. That's very important. Have to get them to open the email and click on the email. We're not only teaching them to click and interact with you and engage with you, but it also shows this inbox provider that they like you, they trust you, and your email should go in their primary inbox, not their spam. This is really important. Right, so we're giving them the lead magnet, we're letting them know what to expect. And I like to include reinforcing the transformation they want and why this matters. Why they need to not let this free lead magnet sit and collect dust, like probably every other download that they have gotten. Why is it so important that they open and they use this thing that they got from you? Show them a story. Like you could let this sit on your inbox and collect dust, or you could open it and get XYZ results, just like Stacy, and then give a little snippet of her story, how this helps her. Okay. So we're reinforcing the transformation that they want and why this work matters in the very first email. We're getting them to click and engage with you. So it's not just the goal isn't just to deliver that freebie or the replay. It's to start the relationship and help them feel seen. And then number two, this is where we call out a common mistake. This email calls out a common pattern you see that's keeping them stuck. Again, all in relation to the problem they're actively trying to solve. And so, for example, if you've been growing your list but no one's buying, it's probably because your lead magnet is attracting the wrong people. Or it's probably because you don't have the right system in place to get them to say yes. That leads to the sale. We're not shaming anyone. We're just giving them a new perspective. Shifting perspectives, getting them to say, aha, like I get it. Oh, this is why it hasn't been working. Or this is different than I've seen it anyway before. Right? We're shifting perspective. We're giving them a new perspective and we're inviting that aha moment. We're helping them see what the real problem is. And once they see the problem clearly, they'll be able to start looking to you for the solution. You are the expert in the guide, getting them to where they want to be. And they are the hero in your story. Again, inside of all of these emails, you'll hear me say again and again, you can use story. You can use success stories from past clients. You can use success stories from yourself and how you have taken action. Incorporating stories or social proof or testimonials are really, really powerful when it comes to building trust. I also like to humanize these and include videos. So if you have a podcast, if you do trainings, or if you're just explaining something in your email, have a quick little 2 to 3 minute video. That way they get to see you, experience you, hear you. They really get to understand who you are, and it builds that trust so much faster. Okay, so email 3, the success story. As I just mentioned, success stories are so important. Client testimonials, case studies, screenshots of social proof of the praise your clients are giving you, the results that they're seeing. This is what is so important because people need to see what is possible. So, sharing a story of someone who is where they are now and what happened when they made the shift, when they came into your world, when they bought your offer. We're painting the picture of where they started, what changed, and the results they got. And it doesn't need to be their full in depth story, but there needs to be a change from where they started to where they are now. And what did that look like? How did they get there? By working with you. This really builds belief and it shows them that if it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. Then the next email, email 4. I like to give tons of value in emails. But the value also has to relate back to your offer and lead somewhere. Okay. So this is where you could give more value because then they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting all of this for free. What am I going to get when I start paying for it? Right. So this could be a checklist, a simple strategy that you use with all of your clients when they first start working with you, a small action step they can take right now, something that's going to give them a quick win or another quick aha. Again, this builds reciprocity and it keeps them opening your emails because they know you're here to help. They start to trust you again. You're not always here to sell, but you're here to help. And throughout every single email, I still have a way that they can say yes to the offer. They can book a call with you. They just understand what that next step is. So if you're selling high ticket, it's likely that you're going to want to get them on a call so you can sell that. So in every single email, a call to action is to schedule a call. We want it to be as simple and easy for them to take action. So they're not wondering how or where or why. Like we need to spell it out clear and simple. Okay. Email number 5, the authority builder. So this is where you share your process or your method. And you don't have to share all your deep your deep secrets and every single thing that you do. But when you have a proven process or a method, if you don't, I can help you do this too. But it's really important to take all of the things that you do and name it. Give it a name. Give your process a name, give your method a name. It really builds authority. It helps people show that what you're doing is working, right? It just helps to build that authority when you give it a name. It's just another psychology thing, but it really helps them understand here's how I think about this problem. Here's why this approach works, right? It's your unique way of helping people solve this problem. What is something that makes you stand out? Your method or your process makes you stand out from everybody else doing the same exact thing as you. Again, it's helping to build that trust without you having to convince anyone. So, as you'll see through all of these emails, everything we're doing is getting them to build trust. We are showing that they can believe you are the one to help them solve this problem through case studies, through stories, through testimonials. We're giving them tons of value so that they know you are really here to serve and support them. We're positioning you as the guide. Email 6, the objection buster. So, one of my clients, the best results that she gets out of her sequence is after the FAQ, the objection buster, right? We always include an FAQ in this section of there's lots of hesitations when it comes to working with me. It's like, what if this won't work for me? Or I don't have enough time. Or I've tried so many things already. I've invested so much money. How do I know this is going to work? Right? Usually, money and time are two big objections that people have. But if we can overcome them before they even have time to ask them, then we're addressing those hesitations up front, making it easier for them to say yes. We're normalizing those fears. We're saying, look, I get these questions all the time. And so I'm guessing you might have them too. We're not assuming anything about them. That's very important. We don't assume. We're saying you might have these questions too, and it's totally normal. And then you're going to answer them honestly, right? Because it's never really about the money or about the time. They just might not quite believe that you're the thing that's going to help get them to the other side. And so we're helping overcome these objections and we're giving them the clarity they need to move forward and say yes confidently. And then this 7th email. So, usually in this sequence, this is that kind of final invitation, even though it's not your final invitation, because you're going to continue building this trust and belief through your weekly newsletter or your daily newsletter, however often you are sending it. You're going to continue building it. But what I say is here is You made it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Share a little bit more about not even what's inside of your offer, but success stories. Making a choice, that choice bind. I've talked about that in other episodes. Look, you can stay stuck exactly where you are doing X, Y, and Z, or you can push the easy button and get there much faster with support along the way, right? However, it is that you say it. This is where we say, I'd love to work with you. Here's how. Here's what we're going to do for you. Here's the results we're going to get for you. Make it easy to say yes. Be really direct, but also warm. Invite them into the sale. Invite them to work with you. And then I always end by, look, maybe you won't hear from me this much, but from here on out, you can expect to hear from me once a week on Tuesdays with tips, podcast episodes, all the things, right? Just give them an expectation of what they can expect from you and make sure you're inviting them into that offer. So those are the 7 emails. The welcome email, common mistake, the success story, quick win, gift, value add, authority builder, the objection buster, and the invitation. And in all of these emails, it doesn't hurt to include story, to include successes, to include case studies. The more that you can include, the better your results are going to be. And so one thing I want you to remember again is that not everyone will buy right away. Some will take a few months, some might take a year, and that's okay. This sequence is really about building a system that builds trust, creates connections, and keeps the door open for when they're ready. If you're continuously bringing in leads, you'll continuously have people at the stage ready to say yes. When your messaging is on par, when your messaging shows them that this is the solution they need to finally solve the problem they've been trying to solve, they will say yes. When they can trust you and they like the experience that you are giving them, they will say yes. Having an email system like this really takes the pressure off of you having to figure out what to say or that you're not nurturing someone when they come on your list. This is really building that expectation of how they can expect to interact with you. And it creates momentum that doesn't depend on you showing up 24/7. And so, one last thing that I want to add in here to help write these emails. Of course, I have all the tools on my template chat. I have this exact sequence that you can find. The links are in the show notes below. But what's really important to remember that when you're using ChatGPT or another AI tool to help you use your writing, to help you write these faster in your voice, you have to really tell them who is your ideal client. Like, what are their psychographics, right? Demographics don't matter as much. Psychographics are very important. Who is that ideal client? What is the biggest challenge they're trying to solve? What is the desired solution? And then exactly who you are, how you show up, your voice. I also make sure to give my chat real things my audience is saying. Upload sales scripts, upload your transcripts from talking to people on the phone. If you have a booking form, upload the answers from that. We want to use the real words that your people are using, and that's going to help your chat GPT write in customer voice while also staying in your voice. Okay, so again, if you want the templates for all of these, if you want to learn how to make your ChatGPT sound like you, the links are all below. You can grab the exact structures, prompts, frameworks, everything in my template chat. I'll walk you through what to say in each email step by step, so you're not stuck staring at the blank screen or just putting it off because you don't want to write emails. So again, all the links are below. And here is your final reminder as you leave this episode. Don't worry about making the copy perfect at the start. Just get started. Have real conversations. Make these emails feel like a real conversation, guiding people toward the right next step. And this sequence will help you do that in a way that feels really good to you and builds trust with your audience. Just get started. Thanks again for listening.